Welcome to Lily's Homestead, friends. Today I would like to share a story about oregano. Oregano is a very common herb that we know in a culinary world, right? It's used in Greek, Portuguese, I think Italian dishes, and it's a great herb. It's very fragrant. But did you know it's also a medicinal herb? And it is an ally against many bacteria and fungi. Oregano has been shown to be used against E. coli and Candida. So oregano can be used in tinctures to fight against GI infections, bronchitis, respiratory infections, tonsillitis, coughs, that sort of thing. So again, I'm not a doctor, I cannot prescribe or recommend, but I'm going to tell you what I do in my family. In my culture, we use home remedies first before we actually go to a pharmacy to shop for something else. And oregano is a wonderful tool to have in your pharmacy arsenal at home. Now I'm going to collect some of these beautiful branches. I'm going to bring them onto my porch and I'm going to inspect them, make sure that there are no bugs, that they're clean, that it's not wet. And yes, I'm going to use fresh material to make a tincture. I understand that there are some recipes to make tinctures using dry materials. However, I will be using fresh branches of oregano. I'm going to separate them from the stem and I'm going to cut them up on the cutting board. What do I need as far as the supplies? I need a cutting board, I need a knife, I need some alcohol. I use 80 to 100% proof vodka of your choice. And I'm going to use a clean jar where I'm going to be storing it. So I will cut up my oregano into small pieces. Why? Because simply it helps to extract more medicinal properties, because more of the surface area is exposed to alcohol. You don't have to mush it up, you don't have to put it in a blender, none of that. Just cut it up into small chunks and that's good enough. I like to fill up my jars about halfway full, and they don't have to be compacted tight, just nice and loose. And then I'm going to be covering them with my vodka that I have. Again, it can be 80% or 100% proof. Now fill it up all the way to the top of the jar, because you don't want any plant material to be exposed and oxidize. Cover them up. Seems like I'm running low on my alcohol and I have to go back shopping. Then, so when it's filled to the top, you want to cover with a lid. And because I am using a metal lid, I am going to first use a parchment paper to protect my lid from erosion. Okay, so it's not a big deal. You can use plastic. I just happen to use parchment paper. Also, you need to create a label. It's in human nature to forget what's in that jar once you walk away. So create a label. What's in the jar? When was it created? What's the material? And I'm going to let it sit now covered in a dry, dark place for about 8 weeks. Once in a while, I'll come in and I'll shake it and I'll turn it upside down just to make sure everything's shaking and baking. But I'm going to let it sit there and cook in alcohol for 8 weeks. Then I'm going to strain it all. Most likely I'm going to use a cheesecloth and I will throw away the plant material at that time. But the tincture I will store in a dark bottle with a dropper, because yes, you only need to use drops because that's how strong this medicine will be. Again, use your own research and determine what you're going to be doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share, please subscribe, and I hope you're encouraged.